Okay, so the first exercise we're going to do is to strengthen your hamstrings. So this is just going to be an isometric contraction, which means there's no movement during the contraction. And all you're going to do is really just think about contracting your hamstring and try as best as you can to relax everything else. You might feel a bit your quad, but just consciously keep thinking about your hamstring. You're going to make sure that there's no pain throughout this whole thing, so if there is, stop immediately. So you're going to try to contract for 10 seconds, again, with no pain. And you're going to do it 4 times each leg. And after you do one on your left and one on your right, you're going to take 60 to 90 seconds rest, making sure that your muscles are feeling rested after each time. And if you get to your 3rd or 4th, if pain ever arises, you stop. And if you're just feeling like it's too much, then just let me know and maybe we can cut down the sets a bit. Okay, can you just try that on your left? Or your right, I guess? Okay, that looks good. So yeah, you're doing a good job. Just make sure everything's stable and don't move anything or try to compensate anyway. Okay, so if you could just flip over, we'll do our next exercise, which is a bit tougher. We probably only introduce on the second knee. So if you could just relax your foot. So again, this is going to be a hamstring strengthening exercise. And you're just, if you could just hold on to this. And you're just gonna, with your full range of motion, you're gonna assist yourself with this just because we don't want you doing them by yourself yet. And you're just gonna help yourself pull up your, so just pull the cord. And again, like consciously think about contracting your hamstring. So making sure there is a contraction in there. So not pulling too much, but pulling enough so it's not hurting your knee or your hamstring too much. Again, you're gonna start with 8 reps of this. And you can build up to 10, and again, like you can slowly start to release, like let less tension have on it. So if we could try the other leg. And again, you're gonna try to stabilize with the whole, so stabilize through here, make sure your pelvic bones are on the mat at all times, and going through a full range of motion. So first contract the hamstring, and now pull up slowly. Yeah, again, there's no compensation, so it's looking really good. You're just making sure you're going through the full range of motion. Okay, that's great. And again, after you do one on your left and one on your right, you're going to take, or not one, you're going to do 8 repetitions on each side. You're going to take 60 to 90 seconds rest. And again, no pain. So the next exercise, well, this is actually part of the same exercise, but when you're ready, you're going to move up to doing 5 reps by yourself, laying down again, and exactly the same thing goes, but just using only your body weight of the leg. And we'll go through the same range and stuff. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is I'm going to get you to stand. You're going to hold onto the wall. You're going to keep everything really, so think about contracting your core, keeping your hips really level. Use the wall as a support so you can stay stable. And you're gonna using your leg that's closest to the wall, you're just going to keep your knees together and really just think about contracting your hamstring and going up almost to kick your butt as far as you can go with no pain in your knee. You could try that. Yeah, that's good. Keeping your knees beside each other, keeping hips level. That looks really good. And thinking about contracting your hamstring. So for this, we're going to start with just 5 each side, and then we're going to gradually progress to doing 10. So if you could turn around and try the other side. That looks really good. So again, we're going to take 60 to 90 seconds rest after doing both legs, and we'll do 4 sets. Sound good?
So these exercises are going to be to increase and maintain your range of motion. So because it's range of motion, you're going to try to relax your muscles and just think about getting from full extension to full flexion. So really the focus is getting onto those ends of ranges. We're going to start with something called the heel slide. You're just going to flex your knee and slide your foot along the ground all the way to your butt as far as you can go, and then slide it back down to full extension. So again, keeping your heel on the ground the whole time, trying to relax everything, getting from full extension to full flexion. You're going to think about stabilizing, not having a lot of movement in the body. And you're also going to do this 15 times, working up to 20 reps on each leg with 60 to 90 seconds rest after doing both legs. Make sure there's no pain, of course, and if there is, just stop and we'll try a more modified version. So try the other leg, just relaxing. Try to keep your weight on your heel and get all the way back to full extension. Good job. Okay, so for the next exercise, I'll get you to flip onto your stomach. This is very similar to the strengthening exercise that you did, the hamstring curls with the cord. But this time it's not about strengthening the hamstrings, it's about getting through the full range of motion. So again, you're going to think about getting through to full extension. You're going to think about bringing your foot all the way to your butt, as far as you can go without pain. So go ahead and try it. Again, keeping your hips level, trying to keep your pelvic bones on the ground. Make sure there's no pain when you do that, and then try again. So relax your hamstrings, just thinking about getting through the full range and not letting your muscles restrict any of the movement. For this exercise, you will be doing it 15 times, working up to 20, and then you can move on to doing it without the cord and take a minute rest after doing both legs. So now with the other foot, see, you went a little bit to the side on that one. You really want to think about going in a straight line. Okay, that was good. You really have to make sure you pull the cord in the proper direction. Again, there should be no pain throughout the whole movement. So we're going to get up onto the bike, starting with the seat at a normal level. And the point of this, again, is to improve your range of motion. So we're going to start by just cycling through the motion, stopping if there's any pain. There's a little bit more tension in this exercise, so you want to be careful when you're first starting. Notice that your legs are getting just past 90 degrees right now, and that we're going to gradually lower the seat to get more flexion involved. So this is an active range of motion exercise. So you can get off, and we're going to lower the seat a little bit. You'll want to start with about 30 seconds and then progress until you can do a minute without pain. Once you're comfortable with a minute, you can lower the seat. When you're on the bike, think about keeping your upper body stable, just letting your legs do the motion. The increased flexion of your knee with the lower seat will give you a greater range of motion. So again, with the lower seat, you're going to start for 30 seconds, working up to a minute with 60 to 90 seconds rest, and you're going to do that 4 times through. Okay, so to work on proprioception, we're going to start by standing on one foot. So I want you to try to stay really in control of your movements, find your center of gravity, and lift one of your legs so that you're sitting on one foot. Good. Now we're going to try and hold this for 30 seconds, and then take a break. You can relax, and try the other leg. So when you're doing this exercise, you're going to hold it for 30 seconds, and then take a break for a minute, so you can relax. Once you've mastered that, you can move on to doing it with your eyes closed. So try it. Good, I can see you're wobbling a little bit, so relax. This is something you want to work up to progressively. Once you've mastered that exercise, you're going to move into the airplane, or 747. So making sure that your abs and your hips are really stable. You're going to lift one leg again, and lean forwards like you're flying in an airplane. So this is also to work on your proprioception and stability. And you want to do both sides always. We're going to work up to holding it for 30 seconds and not letting yourself wobble too much. Once you're really good at that one, you can try it with your eyes closed. Start by just closing your eyes for a few seconds and then work up to being able to do it with your eyes closed for a full 30 seconds. Good job. So once you have become comfortable with that one, we're going to use the BOSU, which is an unstable surface, so it will add even more challenge to your proprioception. So you're going to, again, try and stand on one leg. Lifting one foot. Good. So it's a really difficult exercise to do, even if you don't have an ACL injury. So it's something that you're going to want to work up to really slowly and eventually be able to do 30 seconds on both legs with your eyes closed. So try the other leg. Good. You really want to stabilize in your core and use all sides of your legs, so your quad and your hamstring. Good.
How much rest between each one?
So take about at least a minute rest in between each one, more if you feel like you're getting too fatigued. And everything should be pain-free, so no pain. And if it does start to hurt, then stop and start at a lower level of the exercise. Any other questions?